has two intercepts, it has two solutions. So if the parabola has two intercepts, it has two solutions. Okay. Yeah.
Technically, if you did two intercepts, couldn't it be like one y-intercept and one x-intercept?
No.
Why
If they're
not?
talking about two solutions, that means it has two x-intercepts.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I should clarify that. Okay, if it has one x-intercept, it only has one solution. And then if it has no x-intercepts, it's considered what? No solution. Now, in your homework yesterday, most of them you could factor and you could find x-intercepts, right? But there was a couple that said no solution. They couldn't be factored, right? And you couldn't solve them with any method that we had done yesterday. However, don't you hate that when I say that?
Yes.
When it says approximate the zeros of the functions to the hundredths place, that's a clue to you that, as a reminder, you can solve any quadratic equation using the what? Quadratic formula.
Oh, wait, that's
That's still solving for x, isn't it? Which is where the parabola hits the x-axis. So let's sing. X equals negative b plus or minus square root quantity b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2 times a. Okay. So, if you see this, that means you probably have to use the quadratic formula. It probably won't factor. But let's just check. This one ends in negative 4. Are there any factors of negative 4 that add to positive 2?
Yeah.
What?
Negative 2. No.
You'd think there would be, but there isn't. Okay, nothing works. It's a nope. So we can use the quadratic formula to find the x-intercepts. That's why it's x equals. X equals negative. See what I'm saying? All right, so we have to identify A, B, and C. What's A?
1.
What's B? And C?
4.
Okay, let's plug it in. Listen, I'm going to do it quickly. X equals negative b plus or minus square root quantity b squared, which is what? What's b squared? 4 minus 4 times a times c all divided by, which is just 2. 2 times a is just 2, right here? Okay. 2a is just 2, okay? All right, so let's do what's inside here and make it pretty. What is inside the parentheses? 4 times negative 4 is what? Negative 16. Well, you can hardly see that. So then underneath the whole square root is 4 minus a negative 16, which is what?
Wait, why 4 plus 16?
4 plus 16, which would be what? 20. All over 2. I'm going to separate this a little bit so you can see what we're doing here. Okay. Guess what we learned? We learned the axis of symmetry, right? And I told you it was part of the quadratic formula. There it is right there. If we needed to know it, what's the axis of symmetry? Negative 2 divided by 2, which is what? Yeah, that would be the axis of symmetry if we needed it. Isn't that cool?
Oh my gosh.
It's very cool.
I didn't know what you just said. I just said, oh my gosh.
Okay. This is the axis of symmetry right here. That part of the,
How'd you do that?
because that's negative b over 2a.
What? Mind blown.
Thanks for the enthusiasm, Riley. Okay. Remember, you find the axis of symmetry by doing negative b over 2a, right? That's that right there. That's that part of the quadratic equation. I don't need the, whoa, time out. I didn't need the axis of symmetry for this. I'm just showing you that that's where it's at in the equation. Oh, right? Connections, you guys. Make connections. That's the whole thing. Doesn't always have to be focusing on what we're doing. Okay. Hand up again. Back to me. Shh. Thank you.
Yes.
Everybody. Now, there's a plus and a minus here. So to finish this, I need to do the math with the plus and the math with the minus. Correct? Since there's a plus and minus, I need to do it with the plus and with the minus. You following me?
Yes.
When I do that, you have to be careful though on the calculator. You either have to put this in parentheses, do the numerator and then divide by 2, or just on your calculator do this, push enter, and then divide by 2. Because if you don't, the calculator is going to just divide that part by 2. So you got to be careful. It follows order of operations. Order of operations in a fraction does everything in the numerator first. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay? So when you do that, you should get this, 1.24 and negative 3.24. Those are your two solutions. That's where this parabola hits the x-axis.
Wait, so negative 2.
So we're going to graph it, but I want us all to have the same graph, the same screen. Yes? Some people's, so go to Zoom, and then I want us all to have a standard window. So you're going to push Zoom, you're going to push the number 6, and then you'll get a graph.
Oh my gosh.
There's the parabola.
I like how it makes it before my very eyes.
Okay?
Very like.
Now,
It's enjoyable, you know what I mean? Like we're
Do it for me.
stay with me, stay with me. What are we looking for in this graph?
our intercept.
Our intercepts, right? They're also called what?
Bubba.
Zeros. They're called zeros on the calculator.
What if they aren't directly on with something?
Are you with me? Because I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Okay. All of these buttons across the top involve graphs. All of them. So I want the calculator to calculate something for me. You see C-A-L-K right there, or I'll-C right there? I need that. So I'm going to push the second trace button. Oh. What do you see on that menu?
Intersect.
No, not intersect. What do you see?
Zero.
Zero.
Wait, you just, I'm sorry, I don't know what I did. I pressed it.
Just go second trace.
Oh, second trace.
Okay? All right, you want 0, so go down or push 2, whatever, and push enter. You want that? Okay. You get some stuff here. You get some stuff, right? The calculator, you have a cursor. Do you see the cursor?
Yes.
Okay. It's saying is if you want me to figure out the x-intercept, I need you to put that cursor to the left of the point you want. So we're going to do this one. My cursor is to the right of it. You see how it's kind of curved that way? I need to bring it down here. So you use these keys right here to move it.
How do you know when to
You just got to move it below. You just got to move it below to the left of it. So somewhere to the left below. You got to use the left and right keys.
Where do we want to go? Is this supposed to be a negative?
How many people have this and how many people don't?
I realized you can't use the up and down button.
I said that. Okay, you got to use the left and right keys. Okay? So if you're there, push enter. If you're there, push enter. And then you got to make it go to above the intercept, to the right of it, right bound. Is it right bound? No, not yet. I'm going to put it to the right. And I'm going to push enter. And then the calculator says, okay, I'm ready to guess the x-intercept now, figure it out. So then you push enter. I'll do it again. There's my x-intercept right there. Okay,
Calculator.
right there. Push enter if it says guess.
Mine says left bound.
Okay, you're behind me then, we'll do it again. Okay, we're gonna do it again. So we're gonna do this point here. Listen to my words when I do it again, and you will, okay? I'm gonna do it again. Ready? We're gonna find the other one. So we have to go back to the menu up here. I need to go back to this menu. Second trace button. Second trace. Are you all at this menu?
Yep.
I need a 0, so I'm going to go down here. Push enter. We already did this one. I want this one now. The cursor is blinking and it says, is this left of the point that you want? No, it's not yet. I got to move it over to the left of this point, which would be slightly above it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be exact. So you move your right and left arrow keys until you get it to the left of the point that you want. Yes?
How do you get the first and second part? How do you get the points?
I'm doing it right now. Stay with me. I'll have to show you later. Okay. All right. Is it to the left right now?
Yeah, sure.
Push enter. And then it says, okay, put it now to the right of the point. So I arrow over. Now it's to the right of the intercept that I want. I push enter. And then it says, do you want me to guess that x-intercept? And you say, yeah, I want you to guess it. So
Yes, and then you press enter again.
yeah, and then it gives you the x-intercept. You're going to get it done before you leave here. You got 2 problems you have to do.
Oh.
Yep. On the graphing calculator.
I was like,
Okay. For you guys that didn't get it, I'll go through it one more time, but that's it. So you need to totally pay attention and make sure you're following my steps. Are you ready? I'm not done yet, so stay with me here. Okay, y equals, let's put another one in. I don't know, let's put x squared. Clear this out. X squared. Let me get one up here. Plus 8x plus 7.
8x plus 7.
It's right there.
I can't see it.
Okay. Okay. Let's graph it. Just push the graph button. Okay? What's the next step if we want to get the zeros?